Hey guys, hey girls, we have arrived at session 16. Congratulations, you have made it to the end of April, and now we are looking at the final assignment, which is due on Monday, May the 8th. Before I get started talking about the actual assignment and going over the directions with you, I need to be very clear with you that late work, no matter the circumstance, will not be accepted for this session. So your Unit 3 analysis, this writing assignment, must be submitted before the deadline. I am going to ask you to take this very seriously because missing the submission of this assignment will cost you a letter grade for your final course average. We don't want that to happen. This is an assignment that is released to you on April the 21st and is not due until May the 8th. There is absolutely no circumstance that can occur that will get in the way of you submitting this on time. And this submission deadline is not accepting any submissions after the clock strikes 11:55. So do not wait until 11:53 or 11:54 and then try to start submitting. When the clock strikes, everything shuts down. So I want to just drive home and reiterate to you the importance of submitting before the deadline. I would suggest you submit at least a day before the deadline. That way we don't have any issues with my technology didn't work, or this didn't work correctly, or I didn't have time to get this done, or I got called into work, or some sort of situation popped up. I am held to very strict deadlines when it comes to the end of the semester and final grades. Thus, I have to hold you for this session to a very strict deadline. Please don't put you or I in a situation where we have to stare down a final letter grade dropping. That does not make me feel good. It certainly does not make you feel good. And I'm telling you now, April the 21st through May the 8th is ample time for you to get this assignment done. You have made it this far. This assignment should not set you back. With that, let's jump into the Unit 3 analysis. So this is your third time doing a writing assignment in this course, so you already know how to do all of this. You're going to click right here on this link on Moodle, and you know what you're going to see, a requirement to make a copy of the document. This document's going to open up in your Google Drive. Remember, you only click make a copy one time. That way you only have one copy of the assignment in your Google Drive and you don't get confused when submitting. Okay, we are going to cover 4 different topics in this writing assignment, and we are going to start with our race and ethnicity topic. You will begin by watching this crash course video on racial and ethnic prejudice and discrimination, and you will complete this activity number 2 while you are watching the video. I would suggest watching the video and then pausing it so you can start taking some of these notes. So the directions say to take notes on each of the terms listed here. You're going to define the term and then discuss the term in each box. So, for example, if we get started, prejudice, your first bullet here should be the definition that you see in that video. Evidence from the video must be present, so I'm asking you to record the definition that the video gives you of each of these terms. That is okay because I'm asking you to do that as if you were taking notes. Now, the next bullet, the bullet where you're discussing the term, is going to be in your words. That is going to be coming straight from you about the term. And when I say discuss the term, that can include your personal response to perhaps the definition. Were you surprised that that was the definition? Maybe were you thinking it was going to be something else? Or maybe you've realized you've gotten some terms mixed up. Have you had any experience with that term? Or do you have any friends or family members that have had experience with that term? Do you have knowledge of something surrounding that term? Or do you not have knowledge of that? So that discuss the term, that second bullet, is going to be a conversation piece, a reflection. Okay, so that each vocabulary term should have 2 bullets, at least 2 bullets. The first bullet should be the definition that comes from the video defining the term. The second bullet should be you discussing the term in detail. That is all you are going to focus on for the topic of race and ethnicity. Then we are going to number 3, and we are going to do something very similar to what we've done in number 2. We are going to watch a video on theories about family and marriage. I'm asking you a reflection question in number 4. That's about the function of the family. You should know enough from reading the function of the family section in your textbook and watching that video to come up with an opinion here. Again, number 4 comes straight from you in your own words. Number 5 is going to be exactly like what you've done up here in number 2. There will be 2 bullets, at least 2 bullets for each term. The first will be the definition that came from the video of the term. The second will be your discussion of the term. So that will be the same. 2 and 5, you're going to handle the same way. That will be the wrap up for the marriage and family section. Moving into our marriage and family, moving out of our marriage and family, we are moving into education. There are 3 videos here that you are going to watch about education. These are short, so you can handle it. I promise. These 3 videos are going to help you analyze education through the lens of sociology. Sometimes that's difficult when we think about large-scale topics that just exist, we assume. But sociology and education go hand in hand. I could talk all day about how sociology is intertwined into education. So number 7 is going to ask you a reflection question. Number 7 comes straight from you. Based upon what you heard and learned from those videos, you're going to answer. Number 7, your opinion. Number 8, I'm sorry guys. Number 8 is going to ask you about macro, micro, and super micro as it pertains to education improvement. So what are some large-scale things, those macro things, governmental, policy-based, countrywide, that could be done to improve the education of our children? What are some micro changes that could be made? These are small scale. These are local, our local school board, our family units, our neighborhoods, those community-based organizations. What are some things that could be done on that micro scale that could positively improve the education of children? And then finally, we're going super micro. So pretend, if you're not already, that you are a parent, or you can just put yourself in the role of being a family member to a school-aged child. Okay, so think about this child or these children that you are very close to. What can you do for that child to make sure that that child's education is improved. And several of those videos up top speak to those things. This number 8 is going to be a free fall list of great ideas is what I'm looking for, okay? So think about things, if you could rule the world sort of scenario, what are some fantastic things? What are some good sound ideas that could improve the education of children based upon where it's coming from? Is it coming from that large scale, that macro, that small scale, that micro, or that individualistic, that super micro scale? All right, moving into religion. So religion is something that a lot of people don't even understand sociology having a place in religion. And I want to always make sure that students understand sociology is not analyzing religion as far as is it real, which one is better, not those things. But sociology is looking at religion and going, how does religion and our society work together? What are things that we see have been impacted in our society by religion? Now, you're going to watch the video linked in number 9. Then you're going to turn back to your textbook. And in the chapter on religion, there are specific storylines, I guess would be a great way to put it, that talk about Durkheim, Marx, and Weber, and how religion impacted them and thus their studies. So you are going to use a bulleted list for each of those sociologists, and it explained to me the positions that those sociologists took as it pertained to religion based upon their experience, their background, okay? We all have a stance on religion or an understanding of religion or a belief of a particular religion based upon our experiences. And so we're going to analyze that with those 3 founding fathers. Moving into number 11. Now this is going to be one of those things that I need you to pay very close attention to. You are using your textbook. You are not Googling. You are not jumping outside. We are not looking other places. We are looking at our textbook. We are going to analyze religion and how it affects society. We're going to analyze it through the 3 main theoretical paradigms, that structural functionalism, that conflict theory, and that symbolic interactionism. You can look at any topic in society through those 3 lenses. We may not agree with what those 3 lenses say when we look at it, but we can still be well-rounded and look at it that way. And so what you're going to do is go back to those sections, 18.2, 18.3, 18.4, and you are going to reread the section and then put that information into your own words. That will also be in bullet form. As a reminder, all of the point values are in bright purple right above each text box. So pay attention to that when you're working. If you get short on time, leave the ones that will count least alone and focus on the heavy hitting point values. I have included information on how to submit and turn it in. You've done this twice already. You already know that, but if you need a reminder, there you go. And then there's information on that last link on how to view your grade once it is turned in. And I have graded it. Please make sure you remember the deadline is Monday, May the 8th, no later than 11:55 p.m. That is the final moment that the submission link will close. Do not wait until the last minute because this deadline cannot be extended. It's the end of the semester, guys. Once you get this turned in, you are absolutely done with Soc 210. Y'all have a great day. Please let me know if you have any questions.